Talk with President VanWagoner.
So I'm here with Anna Latic, MVCC alum. Thank you for joining me on our Hawk Talk podcast. And if you don't mind to start, just tell us a little bit about where you were born and raised.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. My family and I came here from Bosnia. So I've been here pretty much all my life in Utica. Went to school right down the street in high school at Proctor, and then started my college journey at 2014 and graduated in 2016 from MVCC.
Wow. So what made you come to MVCC? Why did you choose MV?
That was one of the easiest decisions that I've made with my family and I. At that time, I was on the U.S. national team. So the biggest things was I want to be local, and I wanted to be able to still train and travel the world while still going to school.
And what team?
For USA.
USA
Karate.
Karate. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. The USA National Karate Team here in Utica, staying local, but still being able to travel on the team. So you fit school and then college into USA National Karate Team.
Definitely, yeah.
Wow. So when you came to MVCC, did you know what you wanted to what your major would be, or?
Being an athlete all my life, I knew I wanted to be in the health field. Like I knew I wanted to be a therapist. I didn't know what kind, or nursing. And so when I had orientation at MVCC, the guidance counselors were amazing, and they kind of said, we have an articulation agreement, so if you wanted to transfer out, here are the majors, but this is the classes that you have to do. Very organized. So basically, I kind of just did with that plan. I knew I wanted to be an occupational, literally second year of MVCC, and then I was able to kind of graduate on time, transfer, and continue on my degree.
Fantastic. So you had that clear pathway laid out in front of you, and with that all set, were you able to get involved in any student clubs or organizations here at the college?
While I was here, I was a Strengths Quest ambassador, and I was an international mentor that I'm still friends with all my friends from Japan. And I was part of the hiking club as well.
Wow. Could you say a little more about the Strengths Quest ambassador? What was that role? What did you do? So that was pretty much where I was to go to all the, orientation classes. So what's their first semester, and they're kind of not knowing what to do or what their strengths are. There's just so much going on your first year of college. So we did this program called Strengths Quest, where it kind of analyzes what your strengths are and how you can utilize it in college and post-college. So it was really fun. Great. So they have the Gallup Strengths Quest assessment, and then you as a peer student go around and help them understand the results and explore their strengths.
Yeah.
Very good.
Which also was nerve-wracking because I was not good at presentations, but with practice, I was able to kind of do it.
Very good.
Yeah.
So then what were the classes like when you attended MVCC here?
The classes I remember were anatomy. They were tough, but they kind of helped me kind of be in the profession that I am today. And
were those in the cadaver labs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anatomy and physiology on cadaver labs at a community college. Not everybody thinks that's possible.
And so just walking into Payne Hall, this is where I would have lecture for anatomy, and I have a little bit of stress just walking by. But so the classes were tough, but then I've had so many amazing classes. One of them was sociology with Dr. Dina, who has been my mentor kind of growing up into the adult world. And she's still teaching here, so it's nice.
Very nice. And then so you graduated from MVCC in 2016, and then what did you do after that? So
then went to Utica College and got my bachelor's in 2018, and then continued on with my master's in 2020.
Wow. So Utica took all of your credits, went in as junior standing, finished on time 2 years later, and finished your master's after your bachelor's, occupational therapy. And where are you working?
I'm working at both St. Luke's and St. Elizabeth's, so I kind of travel between the two campuses.
Fantastic. And looking back on your experience at MVCC, how well did you feel prepared to move on to the bachelor's after you transferred?
If it wasn't for MV, I think I would have struggled big time, because in high school, I feel like as a high school student, you don't know how to study or what is studying. And MV definitely taught me how to study, and definitely to be competitive with grades, because literally without having a good GPA, you can't continue on with your academic career. So it definitely made me tough, both, from an athlete standpoint, a student standpoint. And then it just made me more organized, and definitely I just learned how to be a student and how to study. Like those foundations that sound silly, but I definitely learned at MV.
Mm-hmm. So were there any barriers that you encountered during your time at MVCC?
Definitely learning how to time manage because I did so many things. I was part of so many clubs. I was running karate school with my dad and then also going to school full time and taking these hard classes. Definitely time management was a barrier and learning how to balance everything.
Yeah. And what resources on campus, or did you just find your way through those barriers yourself, or did you access resources?
I needed the learning center. I would have not survived without the learning center and the tutors. Definitely making sure that I'm always, if I did travel, because I went to Romania and Italy during the time, and just making sure that a week before leaving and the week after I came, that I was with my tutor and making sure that I did not miss anything critical.
Yeah. And then what advice would you give to students who are enrolling in MVCC today?
To do as much as you can, join the clubs, because those are what's going to help you kind of, like Strengths Quest for me, like I became a good presenter, and just doing a lot of things, getting out of your comfort zone. Don't stress out so much of what the end is going to look like, and kind of just enjoy the process. The last thing you don't want to remember is all the tears from studying and the, staying up super late studying. Just kind of enjoy the process, enjoy learning, seek out for help if you need it. And yeah.
And looking back on your time at MVCC, is there a particular moment or moments that stick out for you that you'll probably carry with you for many years to come? Yeah,
there's so many. From being a Strengths Quest ambassador to, helping the students just kind of figure out what their strengths are and kind of talking about them. That was amazing. To being an international mentor, had so many great moments. We did so many things in the community because, again, these are students from different countries, from Czech Republic, Japan, China, South Korea. So that was also one of my favorite moments. And then I also hosted 2 karate tournaments at the Jorgensen Center.
Oh my goodness.
Which was also kind of amazing because this was my favorite place. And then I added my favorite sport, and everybody from outside, like I think all over New York State came. So
statewide karate competitions in the Jorgensen Center here at MVCC. Interesting. It sounds like your time in the classroom was extremely meaningful for you, but then those moments that stay with you were all of the extracurricular activities that you were able to get involved with outside of the classroom.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. So, staying on that path to close and thinking back on your time at MVCC, what does Mohawk Valley Community College mean to you?
It means community, diversity. Coming from a refugee myself and being surrounded with, also kids that are from the same path as me, professors that came from the same path as me. It just means a lot because, as a young adult, you need that guidance and you need that inspiration. So it means more. Like looking back at it now, it's crazy. It's kind of like I blossomed into this like flower from MV. So yeah.
Very nice. Well, Anna, thank you so much for sharing your story and joining us here on Mohawk Valley Hawk Talk Podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hawk Talk with President VanWagoner.